In the previous video, we created the node and the binary search tree class. We also implemented the isEmpty method on the binary search tree class. In this video, let's learn how to add a new node to the tree. Now, when it comes to the tree data structure, recursion is really important as it simplifies the code to a great extent. I'm going to be very honest in saying that you may not understand the code right away. You would have to spend time tracing the function execution of each method with a sample tree using a pen and a paper. However, I will use a few slides to help you visualize the code we are about to write. Let's begin. We're going to learn how to insert a new node step by step. Step 1, we have to create a new node that will be added to the tree. A node will contain a value and 2 pointers pointing at null. Let's go back to Replit and start with this. Let's call the method insert, which accepts a value that the new node should contain. Within the method body, we create a new node by instantiating the node class. Const new node is equal to new node, and we pass in value as an argument. This will initialize a new node with the value set to the passed in value and left as well as right pointers pointing at null. That completes step 1. Now that we have a node that we can insert, we have to address 2 scenarios. For step 2, we're going to handle the scenario where the tree might be empty to begin with. If a tree is empty, the newly created node should become the root node of the tree. Remember, the root pointer should always point at the topmost node in the tree. If this is clear, let's head back to Replit and write the code. So, if this dot isEmpty, this dot root is equal to the new node. This code now takes care of inserting a node when the tree is empty. Let's now proceed to step 3, where we address the case where the tree is not empty. Let's take an example where the tree has just one node, which is the root node. It contains 10 as its value. When inserting a new node into an existing tree, we have to make sure we do not violate the properties of a binary search tree. Each node should contain at most 2 child nodes. The left child should contain a value lesser than the parent, and the right child should contain a value greater than the parent. And this is the check we make while inserting. If we are inserting 5, we see that it is less than 10 and insert it as the left child node. If we then try to insert 15, it is greater than 10, so we insert as the right child node. Very simple, as you can see. However, a tree may contain more than just the root node, as is the case in our current slide. Our tree contains 3 nodes. Let's say we need to insert a new node with a value of 3. Here is how it works. We check if 3 is less than 10. It is, so we focus on the left side of the tree. We check if left child, which is 5, is present. If it is, we compare 3 with the left child. 3 is less than 5, so we focus on the left-hand side of 5. We now check if 5 has a left child. It does not, and we insert 3 as the left child node of 5. Let's repeat this for one more node to make sure we understand the process. Let's say we need to insert a new node with a value of 7. Is 7 less than 10? Yes, it is, so we focus on the left subtree. Is 7 less than 5? No, it is greater, so we focus on the right subtree. Does 5 have a right child? No, it does not. So insert 7 as the right child of 5. We are recursively traversing each node and checking if the node should be inserted as the left child or the right child. When there is no left or right child is when the new node can be inserted into the tree. If this is clear, let's head back to Replit and write the code. If the tree is not empty, so else block, we're going to invoke a new method that is yet to be defined. This .insert node. The method accepts the root node and the new node as arguments. This .root, new node. The reason we do this is to make recursion possible. Let's now define the method. Insert node, and this accepts a node and the new node as arguments. I've called the first argument root because in theory it points to the root of the subtree in each recursive call. Now then, what do we do within this method? We compare, check if the child exists, and insert. Here is how the code looks like. If the new node value is less than the root node value, we check if the left child node is empty. If it is, we insert the new node as the left child. Else, if the left child exists, we recursively call insert node passing in the left child as the new root and the new node as is. So this .insert node, and we now focus on the left subtree, root.left and new node. This recursive call will ensure we find the appropriate node to insert. On similar lines, we handle the new node value being greater than the root node value. So else block. If the root node does not have a right child, insert new node as the right child. If the right child does exist, recursively find the node where the new node can be inserted. This .insert node, and we focus on the right subtree, root.right, new node. In the if condition, we check the left subtree since the value is lesser, and in the else condition, we check the right subtree since the value is greater. Seems like magic, but that is all the code we need to insert a new node in a binary search tree. With that, we can now insert nodes into the tree. Binary search tree .insert 10, 5 and 15. However, at the moment, we don't have a way to check if these values are present in the tree or not. So in the next video, let's implement a search method to verify if a value exists in the tree after insertion. Thank you for watching. Please do consider subscribing to the channel, and I will see you in the next one.